Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
And the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
What up, Dale?
And the Lord of Puppies, Some Dumb American.
Hi, guys.
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Punishment. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. For those of you that were in the first attempt at this stream, apologies for the confusion, but YouTube was throwing me a bunch of errors. But fortunately, I at least got things squared away before we actually started the show, so everything should be fine now. Before that, though, in the other stream and before the show, Adabisi with a $20 donation. Thank you so much. One less lap dance for me. I was going to celebrate my birthday at a strip club on the 7th, but shame on me, so here you go. Well, I appreciate you sacrificing a lap dance to give me goldfish and Jack Daniels. Very nice of you. Thank you, Adabisi. Yes, well, we have a full house tonight, so I'll get down to it. Satsu, how are you?
Pretty good. Had a fairly standard day. Nothing too crazy to report.
Okay. Monkey, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. Not bad at all, thanks.
Okay. SDA, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Tonight's secret word, guys, is not elaboration.
Oh, but okay, my immune system doesn't work, but I'm good.
There's a joke I could have made there, but I'll be pleasant. For my part, I'm fine. It was the first of the month, which means that all of the stress of the end of the month is now behind me, and I was able to get everything done quickly today and actually leave work a little early. Yeah, so there you go, and here I am. Thank you, Lamented Guide. Newt, Sanute, Squad, assemble. Thank you, Lamented Guide. Or do we have a raid going on? Oh, raid. I see a bunch of raids. Raid!
We do.
Oh, the cockroaches are running away. Well, hello, all visitors. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy all the hard work that I put into these themes, because I got very inspired over the last couple of days. I was like, I got to put together some stuff. I'm especially proud of the Wizard of Oz one, but I also think that the one right here with the clone soldiers from Star Wars and Satsu's eyeballs lining up exactly with like a sniper shot looks really cool to me. So I'm just proud of myself. I can only take pride in the things that I do, and I don't do much anymore. So there you go. I'll just be in the corner. Anyway.
I like them.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button if you have not already. And please share our stuff. Share it far, wide, and sideways. As you guys know, and we say very often, but it bears repeating, YouTube is not kind to creators anymore, especially those that are not corporate and not gigantic of subscriber count, but even then. So for any content creator that you appreciate to get their name out there, it really comes down to you sharing their videos, sharing their content, telling people about the creators that you like. So yeah, please do. You guys are our best algorithm. All that being said, anything else to discuss or mention before we get into the wonderful world of the schniz?
Nah, son.
Sir.
SDA, don't you have like a book or something coming up soon?
Oh, yeah. On October 26th, I do have another book coming out. It's the second book in the Blackwood series. It's called Blackwood's The Blades of Redwater. So the first book in that series is called Blackwood's The Beginning. Again, it's on October 26th. And the night before, we're going to do a midnight release stream. So on October 25th, I believe we're going to start around probably 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m. And we're going to have guests on. I haven't spoken to people yet, but we're going to have guests on, and we're going to do a midnight release stream for it.
Cool.
So, and it's available for pre-order.
Yay! Thank you, Ebony Williams. I appreciate your themes, Scribbles. Here are monies for Goldfish and Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Salt and sugar. Oh, they preserve my health. At least that's what I tell myself. Well, we had breaking news just before the stream started. A federal judge blocks the California law requiring Trump to release his tax returns in order to appear on the ballot.
Yep, saw that coming.
Yeah, almost seems like they made that law specifically for an individual rather than like justifying it in some actual meaningful way. There's not much to say about it, though. A federal judge in California blocked a state law that requires candidates for president to disclose income tax returns before their names can appear on the state's primary ballot. The ruling is a win for President Donald Trump, who is resisting efforts to turn over his tax returns in a battle largely playing out in the courts. U.S. District Judge Morrison C. England Jr. of the Eastern District of California on Tuesday wrote, quote, "While this court understands and empathizes with the motivations that prompted California to pass the law, the Act's provisions likely violate the Constitution and the laws of the United States."
No shit.
England noted that it is not the court's role, quote, "to decide whether a tax return disclosure requirement is good policy or makes political sense," unquote. And when the lawyers for the state were arguing in front of the judge when we first started reading about this, they were saying it was meant to target Trump specifically.
Yes, they actually said that.
Yeah, in their verbal arguments. So whatever was said on paper, their motivations had nothing to do with a matter of law or fair play or anything, but specifically to target the current president. Like, okay, that's like a stealth bill of attainder, which is like, no, you don't. That doesn't wash. But yeah, so that happened. But something of more intrigue is occurring at present, apparently. The State Department Inspector General requests an urgent meeting on the Hill to brief on Ukraine documents.
Oh.
The State Department's Inspector General has requested a bipartisan staff briefing with relevant congressional committees tomorrow related to documents on Ukraine, according to sources briefed on the matter. The email that went to staff suggested it was urgent, sources said. A congressional aide described the Inspector General's request as, quote, "highly unusual and cryptically worded," unquote. The source also said the Inspector General stated the office has obtained documents from the acting legal advisor at the State Department. Congressional sources tell CNN that the Inspector General is expected to brief committee staff from House Foreign Affairs, Senate Foreign Relations, House and Senate Appropriations, House Oversight, Senate Homeland Security, and Governmental Affairs, and both House and Senate Intelligence Committees. That's a big group. The briefing will be held in a secure meeting room in the Capitol. The offer for documents came roughly an hour after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's strongly worded letter pushing back against the Democrats' scheduled depositions of state officials and subpoena for documents, sources said. ABC News first reported this story because CNN doesn't do any of its own legwork anymore. Just saying. Any thoughts?
I'm not sure I understand what's happening.
Well, neither.
Yeah, well, let's see. So the State Department's Inspector General, which is a different person than Mike Pompeo, as far as I understand it, has documents regarding Ukraine.
Okay.
And it's an urgent situation, or at least that was the implication. So they have documents that show a quid pro quo or something else going on, or I don't know. It could be, maybe it's bad for Trump, maybe it's bad for Biden, maybe there's something else. I don't know.
Yeah, and until we know what's in there and there's not a lot to say other than, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's also just, and like I say, it's so Pompeo refuses to appear in a deposition or respond to a subpoena because it was discovered that Pompeo was in on the call with the Ukraine, and therefore the impeachment inquiry people want to subpoena him to testify or give information about what happened during that call, because that's the center of the whole impeachment thing. But he said no, essentially, and then the secretary just kind of is doing an end run around, or sorry, the inspector general is doing an end run around the secretary or something. I don't know. This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's odd, and if it's behind a closed doors, I'm sure we'll hear about it 10 minutes after it's over with, because, you know, DC's full of holes right now. moving on, I suppose. More Trump news, because why not? Okay, so this is the New York Times latest report via CNN, because like I say, CNN doesn't do its own legwork anymore. According to the New York Times, President Trump suggested shooting migrants in the legs.
All right.
Thank you, Cody Fry. Congrats, Satsu. You managed to avoid being sacrificed. What?
Say what now?
What?
What?
Who was gonna sacrifice Sassy?
Yeah, I'm not worth much, so that would have been a pretty sad sacrifice.
Does Squeedus have some kind of plan against you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she does, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's what we're talking about.
That scowly little face. I know she's plotting something. Actually, I saw her on the Monkey stream earlier, and she was looking awfully placid, given the kind of facial expression she's had recently. So, cutie. Little cutie. Anyway, let's see. Let's talk about shooting people in the legs. President Donald Trump suggested shooting migrants in the legs in order to slow them down after they crossed the southern border during a March meeting in which he called for a shutdown of the entire U.S.-Mexico border, the New York Times reported Tuesday. Citing interviews with more than a dozen White House and administration officials directly involved, the Times, in an excerpt from the book Border Wars Inside Trump's Assault on Immigration. Okay, I just want to pause. The last time the New York Times quoted from a book that was critical of anything dealing with government, they forgot to put in relevant facts. I'm not saying that this is a similar situation, just it sounds like a similar situation. Reported that Trump had moved on from the idea by the end of what the Times described as, quote, a frenzied week of presidential rages. But he had also pivoted to removing staff who had opposed him, an idea largely advocated by White House aide Stephen Miller in his push for greater influence on immigration policy. CNN has reached out to the White House for comment on the report. The meeting included Miller, then Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, then Customs and Border Protection Chief Kevin McAleenan, Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, Presidential Advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner, and other staff. Quote, "You are making me look like an idiot," Trump shouted during the meeting, adding in a profanity, multiple officials in the room told the Times. "I ran on this. It's my issue." I'm assuming he's talking about the wall. Nielsen tried to reason with Trump, explaining that closing the border would not bar migrants from applying for asylum, but he remained steadfast, according to the Times. Kushner also tried to reason with the president. Quote, "All you care about is your friends in Mexico," the president responded. People in the room told the Times. "I've had it. I want it done at noon tomorrow," unquote. White House advisors persuaded Trump to extend the deadline to the following Friday, pushing Mexican officials to apprehend more migrants and urging Republican lawmakers and Chamber of Commerce officials to convey to Trump the negative repercussions of closing the border, the Times reported. Okay. So he said some stuff, but didn't do any stuff. Yay book.
Do you think he was being serious about shooting him in the leg?
According to the people in the room, he obviously was.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I mean,
Well, he had to be.
there's no inflection in secondhand information, Monkey, so we can't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, ask yourself this, Scribe.
Hmm.
Do you like Donald Trump?
Oh, okay. Do I like Donald Trump? I'm like those gray-skinned guys on Futurama. I don't have any particular feeling about this one way or the other, kind of thing, at this point. So.
Well, that's how they decide things. It's like, I heard something about this person. Do I like this person? No? Then they absolutely did it. It's 100% true. That's how it works.
I can believe he said it, but, like Monkey said, like, do you really think he was serious about that, or is he just being hyperbolic because, well, he's Donald Trump and he's the president now? So, anyway. I don't know. SDA, would you shoot people in the leg to slow them down?
What's the context?
No context, just would you?
Depending on the situation.
So okay, you would shoot. Okay, so SDA would shoot people in the legs to show them. Okay, that's good.
Well, it depends.
No. The soundbite is done. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Sometimes you gotta shoot people in the leg, like to slow them. Like, look, sometimes you gotta. Yeah, maybe that's how this happened.
Thank you, Sanguine. Well, they don't run as far or as fast when kneecapped. That's probably true. I don't know how many people could, honestly. Speaking of getting kneecapped, I don't even know if that's a good segue. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. If I do not survive this, tell my wife hello.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do that. I will tell Mrs. Hellcat hello. Or do I have to do like Sean Connery, like hello? Or do it like that? So this is a trial I've been watching live over the last several days because it's been very interesting. It's got a very interesting set of legal questions, and this regards Amber Geiger, the cop from last year who accidentally went to the wrong apartment and shot the resident of that apartment thinking she was at her apartment and that he was an intruder. She was found guilty today of murder, which surprised the hell out of me. But there's something interesting that explains it. Thank you, Lion Patriot. SDA, who's she? Does she make videos? LOL, we miss you, Miss Martin. Heart, heart.
Thanks. Now I feel guilty.
You're welcome. So with this shooting, the situation is you had an apartment building where none of the parking lot floors or the parking structure floors are marked with the floor number. All of the floors are visually identical, and there's actually a lease agreement or something that says thou shalt not do anything to decorate the outside of your apartment or anything. And in the course of the trial, they had several former residents or current residents of the apartment building come in and say how many times they had parked on the wrong floor and gone to the clone side of their apartment and ended up at the wrong apartment or couldn't go in or ended up walking in on somebody they didn't know or something like that. And the whole set of circumstances are, well, none of what was told said that this lady targeted this apartment or went there to shoot this guy. It seems like she made a dunderhead move and just ended up at the wrong apartment and pulled out her gun as a cop and shot a shape she saw in the darkened apartment. Even though over the course of the trial, it was discovered there were many, many, many clues that should have been obvious to her that she was in the wrong spot. But the jury had to decide, was it manslaughter or was it murder? And was there something in place called, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, a mistake of fact? And in Texas law, a mistake of fact is that someone can act incorrectly under an understandably false assumption, if that makes any sense. So if the defense could prove that for no other reason that was reasonable, let's say, the police officer could not have known or had it was an honest mistake that she ended up at the wrong door and ended up shooting the person inside, then that would mitigate a lot of what was going against her for either manslaughter or murder. The thing in Texas is premeditation is not a necessary component to convict for murder. All that's required is an intent to have killed someone. And while she was on the stand, being cross-examined, prosecutor specifically asked her, when you pulled out your gun and you pulled the trigger, you meant to kill the threat, didn't you? And she's like, yes. And the jury didn't buy the mistake of fact thing, so they came. I thought they were going to give her manslaughter at worst, all things considered, because it seemed like it was not intentional, it was a mistake, it was all sorts of. But no, they came back with murder, which means she could face 5 to 99 years in prison, depending on how it goes. But then during the first part of the punishment phase, they showed a whole bunch of texts she had sent before and after the event that were making racist jokes and talking about shooting first to kill and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this lady might be in some deep, deep trouble. Not that she already wasn't or something, but it was just sort of really interesting to watch. So it was a very interesting court case. But I was also, I suppose, cynically not surprised that right after the verdict, you had a whole bunch of community activists coming out and saying how this was a victory for black people. And, this shows the corruption of the police department and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, police department had nothing to do with it. The lady just got convicted. And there was never a notion that she shot him because he was black. It was that there was someone in her apartment.
Well, I was looking at there was an article that showed the pictures of the two apartments side by side.
Yeah.
And they weren't even remotely close.
Well,
even in the dark, they weren't even remotely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They pointed out all the little indications that she, he had, unlike every other apartment in the building, apparently, or at least on that floor, he had a little doormat in front of his door, a little half-circle red thing that she didn't have at her apartment. The number on the apartment was obviously different. The door was already slightly open when she got there, and the key card or whatever she had turned the light red when she tried to scan it. The arrangement of the furniture inside the apartment was different. There's a whole bunch of things that indicated that she was not where she should have been. And so for her, that was the first. The second thing is that she pulled her gun and fired without first doing what she had been trained to do, that is to take cover and call for backup. And that there's a whole bunch of steps that she took leading up to the point of shooting this guy that apparently the jury didn't buy as an excuse for her being there. Real quick, thank you, Three-Sided Coin. I was hoping for a not guilty. I think all of the great video I could have gotten downtown of riots. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, if she'd gotten exonerated completely, there would have been trouble. That's why I was expecting a manslaughter at best. Thank you, Sanguine. My God, someone broke into my apartment and put up their family pictures. That bastard. He is still here, blam. Yeah, he was sitting down and having some ice cream. He was sitting on his couch watching TV with the lights out, eating ice cream after smoking some pot. And somebody busts in his door and shoots him. It's fucking tragic. Thank you, Cryptic. Gravity is one of the most essential forces in the universe. What do you get when you remove it? Gravy. Oh, right. Remove it. Yeah.
Oh.
God.
I get it.
Thank you, Dangerous Spaces. The New York Times also said Trump suggested a snake-filled moat at the border. These people are insane, and the sources were anonymous. I know. Shocking, right? Yeah. Now, like I say, I could see Trump saying like that in the heat of the moment or whatever. But even
they might say something like that.
Yeah.
Just joking around.
Or just letting off steam. Like hyperbolic speech in the course of a heated discussion or something does not equate to, I am declaring as president we should start shooting people. So. But anyway. I missed Cody Fry's super chat, did I? I apologize. Cody Fry, thank you. I was referring to a prior super chat in which I suggested sacrificing Satsu to summon SDA. Oh.
Was this one of the nights that I couldn't be on?
Maybe something like that. I don't know. Well, Satsu's still here. I summoned SDA. I said some magic words over tweet, which was the Hangouts link, and she suddenly appeared.
Yeah.
All right.
You just have to time it right.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sending SDA the link for the last couple of weeks, but just a matter of when she's able to. And I did it really kind of at the last minute again today, so I don't really plan these things because that's what format is for. All right, and the last story I've got is actually something that I kind of tagged for fucketry, but I decided why not? Let's just do it now. NPR has an educational article for us today. They want to tell us, they want to explain to us how white liberals became woke, radically changing their outlook on race.
You mean how they used to hide their racism, but now are overtly displaying it?
I don't know, but I am dying to find out. I love to be educated about such things, so let's see what NPR has discovered. Jeremy Brown, a 46-year-old teacher in Iowa, considers President Trump a white supremacist. Quote, "If the shoe fits, then say it, and the shoe fits him," Brown said, while waiting in a photo line at an Elizabeth Warren rally in August. Quote, why should he be excused from that label, unquote.
Because it doesn't actually fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it fits, you shouldn't. Yeah.
Brown, like many white liberal voters, which is kind of ironic in his name, appreciates that some Democratic presidential candidates have begun explicitly referring to Trump as a white supremacist. His top choice, Warren, told the NPR Politics... What?
Nothing. I was laughing at the top choice there.
Thank you, Orpheus Telos. Does one black man equal one white woman? According to Cody Fry, yes. Apparently. You have to talk to him about that. I don't know what kind of alchemy he's working with. Let me go back. Warren told the NPR Politics podcast in August that, quote, when the white supremacists call Donald Trump one of their own, I tend to believe them, unquote.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow.
we'll just have to pay one to call you one of their own, and there you go.
Listen and believe.
We're now white supremacists.
But she's not alone in using such strong and direct language. Was it strong and direct? She gave the blame to somebody else telling her to... Anyway. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has repeatedly referred to Trump as a racist on the campaign trail. And former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke insists that tackling white supremacy should be the #1 law enforcement priority in the country. Oh, I thought it was gun violence.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because Bernie may have said it, but Beto's been the one who's been the most open about it, just actually saying, of course, he's a white supremacist.
Yeah.
That's weird. Anyway.
Undoubtedly, race and racism have become more salient political issues because of how the president talks about immigrants and minorities. How does he talk about immigrants and minorities?
Here comes the quotes.
I'm sure they're coming. But the shift in how white liberals think about race actually predates both the president's victory and the response from 2020 Democratic candidates. Yeah, you're right. It goes back to at least 2012, 2013. Only started really popping up out loud in 2014, I think. Here you go. Beginning around 2012, polls show an increasing number of white liberals began adopting more progressive positions on a range of cultural issues. These days, white Democrats, and in particular, white liberals, oh, you're making a distinction between the two? Okay. Are more likely than in decades past to support more liberal immigration policies, embrace racial diversity, and uphold affirmative action. Researchers say this shift among white liberals indicates a seismic transformation in the last 5 to 7 years, and not just a blip on 1 or 2 survey questions. Quote, the white liberals of 2016 or even 2014 are very distinguishable from the white liberals of the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. No kidding, said Zach Goldberg, a doctoral student at Georgia State University who has been studying the change. In poll after poll on a range of racial issues, both Goldberg and another researcher, Andrew Engelhardt at Brown University, have independently discovered repeated evidence of a more left-leaning white Democratic electorate. You know, if you guys have been paying attention to Twitter for the last couple of years, you could have saved yourself a lot of research time. Thank you, Cryptic. What do you call a divorced cow a mistake? Mistake. These days, a large majority of white liberals, nearly 3 in 4, say discrimination is the main reason black people can't get ahead. For some context, in the early 2000s, white liberals were split on that question. About half said blacks who couldn't get ahead were mostly responsible for their own condition. An increasing number of white liberals now think the criminal justice means system? No system. Okay. An increasing number of white liberals now think the criminal justice is biased against black people. An increasing number of white liberals also say the police are more likely to use deadly force against black people. And more white Democrats say the Confederate flag is a symbol of racism rather than Southern pride. The reverse was true in 2000. Some metrics even seem to be suggesting that white Democrats express more woke attitudes than their fellow brown and black Democrats. Wait, so the white people are more woke than black and brown okay. Yes. Goldberg cited the 2018 American National Election Studies Pilot Survey, which found that 78% of white Democrats thought having more races/ethnicity in the country make it a, quote, better place to live. 57% of black Democrats and 63% of Hispanic Democrats said the same. Let's see. This goes on for a lot longer than I thought. Well, maybe not too long, but it'll go on longer than I mean it to. So I don't think this explains why they went all woke, just that they have gone all woke.
I'll tell you why. And if you pay attention to what they said there and all the timing, it's because it's been drummed into their head by the media repeatedly. Over and over and over again. You get one jackass who says something like, black people can't get, or take the shooting figure. Mm-hmm. Black people are more likely to be shot by cops. That is not even close to true. White people are actually, when you look at it statistically, far more likely to get shot by cops during interactions. But that's not what's played up in the media. What's played up in the media, what happened out there in Baltimore, what happened in New York with Gardner. It's all this stuff that's all over the news.
Real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Gasp. People that are political adversaries are keen on calling said adversary bad things? Who would have ever thought people would say their opposition is a bad thing, so you shouldn't vote for them? Yeah, I know. Shocking, isn't it? Thank you, Cody Fry, again. One white woman equals one black man when it comes to the extraneous third member of the Lords of the Night. Extraneous, you say. You hear that, SDA and Satsu?
Bitch.
You guys are extraneous.
How dare you?
Yeah. Using words I don't know.
I don't know what extraneous means.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Don't you love how morally superior Democrats are? I don't think it's Democrats. I mean, speaking of all the labels and stuff, it really comes down to, who's talking. You have some reasonable Democrats out there. It's just you have people who are just buying into a particular ideology, whether they fall under the banner of Democrats or not. Just like Republicans, you can have all types of factions and extremes and everything else. You got Nancy Pelosi to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Democrats. So,
well, I mean, despite the fact that it is still indeed a generalization, white liberals is pretty accurate pinpointing of the of the group that they're talking. I wouldn't say Democrats, period. Yeah. But definitely white liberals.
Yeah, if you consider yourself liberal these days without going through the purity test, then yeah. Thank you, Lady Gopher. Lurking and Lady Gopher celebrating 25 years of marriage and listening to Lords of the Night. Yes, Crimson Tiger is a honeymoon baby. Well, TMI, but congratulations.
Indeed.
Thank you, Sanguine. Almost like when you are desperately putting on a show to not be the target of ire, you become the thingest thing to have ever thinged.
The thingest thing to ever thing?
The thingest thing to have ever thing. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss rhyme or something. Thank you, Sanguine. Anyway, any other thoughts on that one before we shuffle on into the future?
Well, Bill Maher hit the nail on the head. It's not about the reason that they're doing this right now isn't for the people, because we've seen based on their behavior and the shit that they say, that they're significantly more racist than the average person you'll find on the street. Because they're the first ones to call any person darker than them that disagrees with them an Uncle Tom or some shit like that, or calling police race traitors, and they're the first ones to guarantee to drop an N-bomb on you if you disagree with them. But they're the wokest. But it's just for brownie points. They want to be the specialist snowflake, just like any other situation and all the other things that were popular. That was popular to do at the time. They're just jumping on the bandwagon.
Thank you, Orpheus Telos. White men being valued over women and minorities? Unsurprising. Well, Monkey's a lesbian, guys, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Thank you, Cryptic. Exotic birds can't destroy capitalism, but two can. Oh, sorry.
That's
see what you did.
Funny.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, then. Not all. Like I say, I'm just trying to be, forgiving of certain things. And like, okay, we're talking about generalizations. Yeah. Actually, it seems to me that white liberal is just the new definition for social justice warrior at this point. because there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot of distinction between how a social justice warrior of 2014 operated and how the most wokest of wokes operate today.
Yeah,
And,
but that's,
you know what?
I was about to say, SJW covers, it's not as racially directed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
true.
deliberate this time to specify white liberals.
Yeah.
Well, for me, there's something that was said in there. No, they brought up that 2 presidential candidates have done the whole Trump is racist thing on the campaign trail. I haven't seen any of them correct that. Not a single one of your top tier candidates, not the ones that's like, oh my God, why are you even running? None of them have corrected. Look, no, that's at least be honest about what President Trump said there. Not one of them. They're just running with it. So whether they're actually all douchebags or just using it to their advantage, but the evidence certainly points to all douchebags at the moment. Yeah,
because whenever Trump is misquoted or anything like that, you rarely see a correction from anybody over there. And even if they're like, I didn't say that he said that because I know that he didn't, but I won't ever shut it down if anybody says that he said that because, I still got to make it look like I'm on the right team.
Yeah. Well then, guys, we're going to move on to MSS News. So if you have news stories you'd like us to attempt to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but that's because I'm long-winded. So, first up, this one comes from Frosted Glass. I saw this today, too. This is how white privilege plays out in the Harvard admissions process. So, just for context, earlier today, a federal court sided against a group that was charging Harvard with being effectively discriminatory against Asian students in their admissions process. And there was a quote from the court, which I will get to at Fucketry time, that I want to go over real quick. But this story comes from Poppy Noor at The Guardian. For those who believe that white privilege is a myth, a new study on the Harvard admissions process may debunk that. After Students for Fair Admissions took Harvard to court for allegedly discriminating against Asian Americans in a high-profile case last year, researchers, including one expert involved in the lawsuit, have examined some of the documents made publicly available from that case. On Tuesday, the judge in the case ruled that Harvard's admission policy, though not perfect, did not violate the Constitution. Yeah, that's what I'm not sure about. The research shines a light on the elusive selection of students who are either related to staff and donors or on the dean's interest list, usually referred to as legacy students or athletes. These students are accepted at a higher rate than other applicants, even though they have worse grades. They also tend to be overwhelmingly white. Roughly a third of legacy students are African American, Hispanic, or Asian American. Being selected as a legacy student in itself is an advantage. These applications are closely monitored by staff at Harvard, perhaps the reason why they are about 20 times more likely to be interviewed. And of course, being interviewed means you're more likely to get in. As such, all legacy students are advantaged in comparison to their peers, regardless of race. For example, students who apply as athletes are 14 times more likely to be accepted to Harvard, and those who are related to a member of staff are 7 times more likely to get in. But this advantage plays out differently for white and non-white students, taking into consideration factors such as the grades and extracurricular activities of legacies and athlete students. The researchers estimate that roughly 3/4 of white legacy students would have been rejected if they had been treated the same as non-white legacy students. 43% of white students admitted to Harvard were recruited as athletes, legacy students, or the children of faculty or of major donors, the study found. Okay. And except for a couple of remaining lines, that's the entire article.
What does that have to do with the Harvard thing?
Harvard's racist because they'll let people in who don't qualify by grades based on their race. Which sounds familiar to some other kind of program that's been floating out there for a long time. What was that called again? Anyway.
Yeah, it's called affirmative action.
Yeah.
It's just weird because that article, they talked a whole bunch about white people in the Harvard case itself was about Asians, so
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
But they do that all the time. Like whenever this situation is brought up, whenever they're talking about the group that is the most prosperous or financially in a better situation or shit like that, or whenever the school thing comes up and they're talking about the grades and people who get in and shit, Asian people just vanish.
Yeah.
They don't even exist during that conversation.
Well, which is true, but I mean, this was literally Asian students were the ones being discriminated against.
Yeah, but fuck them. They don't matter.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Well, this one comes from Massive Dynamics, and it's an animal story. Real quick, thank you, Dark Shade. More of a legacy problem than a race problem. Yeah, and athletes. I mean, athlete could be anybody. I don't know.
They also said that a third of the legacy students that get brought into the school are Black and Hispanic, but they also said this is exclusively a white problem. Like it's a white privilege issue. So that's interesting also.
Harvard's racist.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the overall population of the country, it doesn't... Anyway. Well, speaking of animals, I wanted to ask STA, how is Jinxie?
He's good.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. He's good. God damn it. I don't know. What do you want to know?
I don't. I was just asking how he was. That's all. I don't know. It's okay. If he's just okay, it's fine. It's okay.
I'm trying to elaborate.
I mean, does he like?
And it's not going well.
Does he chase cars or eat cats or anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sanguine. Overwhelmingly white. Blacks are 1/3, so 13% equals 33%. About 70% being less than 67%. Math isn't their strong suit. Well, maybe they didn't go to Harvard.
We got one of the Asians to do it.
Oh. Anyway.
Damn it, monkey.
Woman appears to... Now, if you want to think about a Darwin Award winner, I'll just read the headline. I'll give you enough. Woman appears...
You know what?
No, I don't know.
I thought you were going to be like, if you want to hear about a Darwin Award winner, be like, the SDA is here. Just...
Wow, you are paranoid.
Well, yeah, I am.
Okay, no, I wasn't. Nowhere near in my brain was that thought even. No.
But now it is.
Well, yes.
Now it is.
Okay. All right. Tell you what. I'll alter the headline to make you feel worse. SDA appears to taunt lion after climbing into barrier at Bronx Zoo.
Oh,
damn, SDA, you stupid.
There's a video to this. There's a video to this. I'm going to send the link into the chat because it's a little, looks like a little Instagram video or something. This lady is either stupid, suicidal, or both. But I'll read the article. Video footage from the Bronx Zoo last weekend shows a woman appearing to taunt a lion after she somehow climbed into its den. The unidentified woman was seen waving at the animal from just a few feet away while the lion, looking confused, stares back. The woman then does a little dance before appearing to turn back, and the camera turns off. Hernan Reynoso, who filmed the incident before posting it on Instagram Sunday, told New York's NBC4 he at first thought the bizarre scene was just part of the exhibit. I wonder if that's racist. Quote, but when I see she was just there dancing, saying hi to the lion and everything that was crazy. Okay. That's a quote. A spokesperson told Fox News that staff had, quote, received a report that an individual had climbed over a visitor safety barrier at the African lion exhibit at the Bronx Zoo. This action was a serious violation and unlawful trespass that could have resulted in serious injury or death. Barriers and rules are in place to keep both visitors, staff, and animals safe. We have a zero-tolerance policy on trespass and violation of barriers. It is unclear what action the zoo took against the woman or whether she is facing charges.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's racist.
Whatever it is sure as heck better than being mauled by a lion.
No, man.
Oy.
Was alcohol involved in this?
I don't know. Well, I'd be more impressed if it wasn't.
Well, that lion's over there like, Do I taste human meat and die today?
Yeah.
Nah.
Dangerous Spaces in the chat says, I have altered the headline. Pray I don't alter it further. Oh, Star Wars, you've been ruined. Did you hear what they did to Palpatine over at Marvel Disney?
What'd they do?
I'll tell you at fucketry time. It's below the fold, guys. Thank you, Cryptic. I'd claw the weave off her head. Well, it's a good thing you're an eagle and not well, I guess you have claws as an eagle. Okay, legit. Moving on. Which one's this? Okay, this one comes from Fairly Rebecca. How about some
It's storming here. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. How about some Joaquin Phoenix Joker drama?
Oh, yeah.
Quote, I fucking love my life. Joaquin Phoenix on Joker. Why River is his rosebud. River Phoenix is his brother's sled? What did you do with his ashes? Or his body? Okay, this is a long interview with Joaquin Phoenix. I thought it was about the Joker thing, but it's a big profile piece that goes on for many, 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 many pages. So I'm going to skip over that one, Becca. Apologies. That's just a bit too long to try to cover it any depth. If I see something else from you as we go forward, I will take a look at it. That's what I can promise. Moving on. This one comes from Faye the Red Queen. Wait, is it a redheaded female? I'm not the real Faye Reagan. I'm the BDSM master? What? I don't know. Anyway, you're not actually Faye Reagan? Okay, well, that's too bad. She's kind of cute. Chairs are now a thing of the past. I hadn't heard. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The chairless chair is an invention that has made its way all over the internet, and now it's back. Okay, leaner, lighter, and more desirable than ever before. First, a bit of background. The chairless chair has been designed with workplace productivity and comfort firmly in mind. The unique device allows the user to effortless switch. Do you mean effortlessly switch?
No, that would be fucking ridiculous.
Okay. Allows the user to effortless switch between standing and sitting without the inconvenience of a cumbersome chair. No, you just look like you've got a couple of toothpicks strapped to your ass. That's all. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat for those of you that want to see this invention. I mean, it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cyborg-ish. At the same time, it also looks kind of goofy and cumbersome. So what makes the chairless chair 2.0 worth discussing? Well, we think it '*S. Okay. The undeniably staggering amount of attention to detail that has gone into the engineering and design of it. Every touch point, hinge, and fitting has been designed to be as comfortable and as effective as possible without hindering the user. Could you see yourself using this instead of your boring old chair? No, because it would make me look like a nerd.
Until it doesn't.
Scribe, you don't need the chair for that.
Oh,
shade. Shade alarm, shade alarm.
Okay.
See what you just put.
Is this where we bring up that cereal isn't soup?
Oh, Christ.
Soup.
No, okay. We're not. This is my night. We're not. Okay. Back then, Monkey was hosting all the shows. No, not anymore. My night.
It is soup.
No, it's not.
Where's my fork?
It really is.
It's
That's
not.
nice.
Okay, moving on. This one comes from TM Writer. Is this real? Oh, it's okay. Well, it's from the same news site as the chairless chair, so it must be true. Family outraged after a Universal Studios character made the OK symbol on a 6-year-old's shoulder.
What?
Have they watched any Disney movies ever?
Well, it's not a Disney, it's a Universal Studios. But still, I'm going to put the link in the chat. You take a look at the picture. Tell me if it's an OK symbol or just the way the guy was resting his hand on the little girl to avoid, like, awkwardly gripping her or something. Tiffany Zinger, okay, interesting last name, said it was painful telling her daughter she couldn't use a family vacation photo for her second grade class project. The image was marred by what appeared to be a symbol of hate.
Oh, yeah? Well, Scribe, before you continue, take a look at the kid standing in front of the minion.
Oh, my God! Okay. You're absolutely right. The photo shows the 6-year-old girl who is biracial and has autism, as though posing with an actor dressed as the movie character Gru from Despicable Me during a Universal Orlando breakfast event attended by the Zinger family in March. The character formed an upside-down OK symbol with his fingers, recognized by some as a hate symbol on the girl's shoulder, according to a photo and video reviewed by USA Today. Oh, yes, had your crack team of investigators look at that one. A Universal Orlando Resort spokesman said Tuesday, in response to USA Today's inquiries about the episode, that the actor had been fired. The spokesman, Tom Schroeder, said Universal had no further comment and would not answer questions about the episode. The episode. Tiffany Zinger, who is black, and her husband, Richard Zinger, who is white, traveled with their daughter, who is now 7, and her younger brother from Colorado to Orlando, where they own a home. You own 2 homes? Okay. The Zingers were at Universal Orlando for the day to attend the character breakfast at the Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort, a Universal hotel. Quote, "We just wanted to take them to see the Minions," Tiffany said. "Do something special for our family. And this person ruined that special warm feeling."
The fucking kid is doing the exact same hand gesture.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Looks like one of those made you look hand signs. I don't know what else to add to that. Of just the
look at the
stupidity.
kid. Oh my god.
Okay, is there a story about the kid being fired? I hope there is.
I don't know, but I'm just like, you can't not see that.
Yeah.
Being fired.
His hand is the exact same way.
Uh-oh, you know what else? Gru is holding a banana. Racism everywhere. Anyway.
Fuck me.
Okay. Moving on. We'll do a couple more here. What's this? What?
What?
Well, it's just stories about people like dying like horribly or something.
Aw, how fun.
Okay, well, for SDA, I'll read this one then. You can blame
No,
SDA,
I
guys.
don't
No,
wanna-
too
no,
late.
I
No,
was-
it's fine. No,
I
it's
was
okay.
kidding. I actually don't
I'm
wanna
here.
hear it.
I'm here to accommodate you, SDA. It's fine. You know,
I don't
because
actually
I'm
wanna hear it,
I'm a
Scribe.
nerd without the chairless chair. It's okay. So this one's this is in honor of SDA, guys. Man
Damn it, Scribe.
man subjected to appalling bleach prank made
Oh,
deathly snoring noise before he died. The cause of death of a vulnerable young man who died after he had bleach poured on his head in an appalling drunken prank cannot be ascertained, an inquest heard. Martin Evans, 25, young man, I guess, okay, was found dead on a sofa hours just hours after drinking heavily with 4 friends. The 2 men and 2 women decided to have a bit of fun at his expense and filmed their treatment of Martin, including trying to shave his eyebrows. They poured bleach and washing up liquid on his head and put a banana up his nostril. An inquest at Avon Coroner's Court heard Martin was more intoxicated than the rest of the group and was, quote, clearly out of it on the sofa as the antics went on. A coroner said, quote, "I find the behavior of these 4 individuals towards Martin, a vulnerable man, to be appalling." After attempting to wash some of the bleach out of Martin's hair, the group then carried him back to the sofa to sleep and found him dead there just hours later. The 4 people involved, aged 25 to 30, pleaded guilty at Bristol Crown Court in August this year to assault occasioning actual bodily harm. They were each handed an 18-month community order with rehabilitation, but their bullying actions were not linked to Martin's death. How do you square that circle? Coroner Dr. Peter Harrowing recorded a short narrative conclusion at Martin's inquest, stating that he was unable to determine how the young man came by his death. I don't know, maybe inhaling toxic bleach fumes for hours on end? Or having some of that stuff get down his throat? Anyway, thank you, Cody Fry. Look, SDA is my favorite lord, and Satsu is an okay replacement for her, I guess, but neither of them are necessary for the show, unlike Ranting Monkey and Scribe, of course. Of course!
Dude, what the fuck?
You know, that is damning with faint praise there, Cody Fry.
If I had feelings, they'd be hurt right now.
Oh, yeah.
What a dick.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah, he just happened to die. Their bullying actions had nothing to do with pouring caustic and poisonous chemicals all over him and trying to suffocate him with a banana up his nose and all that other stuff. No. I don't understand. But I don't have to, because, guys, thank you so much for all the stories. MSS News is over. My efforts at understanding have ceased. So with that, we'll move on to YouTube time. I will go first, as I didn't do much. I worked a little bit on that panel discussion I talked about last night, where the lady was asked, why is diversity and inclusion important to you? And she says, it's because I don't see anybody like me around me, and I'm lonely.
I'm lonely.
I'm lonely. Oh, God, it's going to be fun. But other than that, Satsu, what have you been up to?
Well, I edited and uploaded a video that was supposed to go up today. And right around the time the stream was getting ready to start, I had popped over to see how many views it had, and I scheduled it for tomorrow. So it'll be going up tomorrow. Other than that, that's kind of it. I felt accomplished. I'm like, I got up, I did the thing I wanted to do, and I did it, and it's going up and cool. And yeah, I forgot to change it because it automatically sets like when you get ready to publish it for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to, and I missed that little detail. So that video will be up tomorrow. That's the thing I did today, but yeah.
Thank you, Three-Sided Coin. Don't worry about it, SDA. The whole show is a farce. Well, yeah.
They're catching on.
Yeah, I took them long enough. Well, that's not all you did today, Satsu, because you and Squeetus were on Monkey Show.
Yes, we were on Monkey in the whatever the fuck time of day it was, and we were doing we were talking to Sinatra, and I streamed with Polly for the first time, which was awesome. Never streamed with that guy before.
Sure you have. You're doing it right now because we're just clones, right?
Scribe, do you want to be Polly?
No, I just want him to be Polly and me to be Scribe and Monkey not to confuse us.
We'll go watch Frozen. And
I never confused you.
Are you sure? Because you've confused me and Satsu before.
Okay, I might have confused you once or twice.
Yeah, okay.
But it was a fair confusion.
Yeah, so the sweetest Cam was up, and she was pretty well behaved during that stream.
She was a cute.
She was such a good baby.
She's all curled up against your chest. Oh, so cute.
Have you got a chance to see the little lady live yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, then if she's not sleeping when we end this, I'll go grab her.
Yay!
So you can see her. She is adorable.
Yeah, she is. I've seen pictures.
Mr. Moo says, Polly is more fun than you, Scribe.
Damn.
Jesus fucking Christ, you guys.
God,
So that day, guys, when I was being really hurtful to the chat, that was for that day. Like that was your chance for that day. Not you.
No, I don't need any defense. It's fine. If Mr. Moo thinks Polly's better than me, that's fine. More fun. I mean, I can't help that Polly's more childish than I am. I don't know. I'm just more serious and stoic. That's a character flaw. What can I tell you? All right, is that all, Satsu?
Sorry, I just saw something hilarious that I should not be laughing at, but I did. We won't be streaming tonight because Squishy looked at me with puppy dog eyes earlier and was like, "So there's no stream tonight, right?" And I'm just like, "No stream tonight."
Yes, dear.
She's like, "Okay, cool. You can hang out with me and the baby tonight." And I'm like, "Yeah." So yeah, that no stream tonight, guys. Plus, Monkey needs rest. So
no. All right. Speaking
Don't
of which,
put your pussy whipness on me.
Oh,
you do need rest, you bastard.
All right. Well, Monkey, what were you up to today? Even though we know a little bit of what you were up to.
I did a Monkey in the Morning stream, and then I did a Monkey in the Morning after party stream.
Mm-hmm. You were busy.
That's pretty much it.
All right. SDA, what have you been up to?
So today I've been up to being sick, but tomorrow morning, we're doing book club on the Teresa J. Martin channel. It's not my main channel, but my other channel. And that happens at 8 a.m. So that's when that's happening. And I am working on another video. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of the month. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And then again, on October 26th, Blackwoods, The Blades of Redwater is coming out. It's the second book in the Blackwoods series. And I'm really excited about that. It's available for pre-order. So, and I'll put the link in chat. But
all right. Thank you, Three-Sided Coin. When Polly listens to this later, wake up, Polly, wake up. Okay. Wake up, Polly, wake up. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. Well then, on to internet fucketry. I've got a couple of hopefully brief things. First off, the latest trailer for Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn movie, came out today, and it looks like an utter mess. I mean, I thought the Suicide Squad trailer and movie looked like a confused sort of like somebody ate a box of Crayola and just barfed it up again. That's what this looks like, except it's, Harley Quinn doing the Ocean's 8 kind of thing. Now, I'm not a DC super fan, so maybe there's elements to this that other people will appreciate more than I do. I don't know. It just looks like more nonsense. But anyway. Also, did you guys know that Emperor Palpatine isn't actually the villain of the Star Wars universe?
How's that?
Well, in a new comic book series, now as you may know, ever since Disney took over Star Wars, unlike when Lucasfilm owned Star Wars exclusively, all of the additional media, the books, the comic books, they all kind of existed in this somewhat nebulous zone of actually being canon to the universe in general. The only official Star Wars universe was what you saw in the movies and whatever George Lucas said was true. Everything else was conditional, but was generally accepted unless outright contradicted as, part of the Star Wars galaxy. Well, Disney changed that. They when in resetting everything Disney produces, whether it's a book, a comic book, a cartoon, whatever, anything that tells a story within the Star Wars universe is canon to the Disney realm of it now. So if they tell a story about what Darth Vader was up to in between Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi in a comic book series, that is part of the canon now, no matter what. Well, in that vein, a new comic book series is coming out. I won't give you all the details, but the short version is this. Emperor Palpatine wasn't the architect of the Galactic Empire. It was some lady. I'm not even
White
kidding. She's an old lady. I can't tell what exactly she is, but she's an old lady. She's some bitter wife of some other politician who was actually the one who was apparently whispering in the Emperor's ear the whole time because he actually wasn't that good of a leader. And she's the one who created the Galactic Empire and started all the the balls in motion and everything, because Palpatine wasn't the one that started it all. I'm going to put the link to this. Now, granted, it is spoilers in the details, which I haven't relayed, for an upcoming comic book series, and consequently an addendum to the Star Wars universe. But yeah, Emperor Palpatine isn't actually the mastermind of anything. He's a puppet of some lady who, as far as I can tell, doesn't have any Force powers, wasn't a Sith or anything. She was just some lady. So
she had that vagina, man. That's more powerful than Force.
Yeah. So anyway, there was that, and that just made me go, okay, to hell with this. Luke was turned into a farce of himself, and now Palpatine wasn't actually the real villain. Disney Lucasfilm, just go away. And then shortly after that, somebody posted one of those, who is this? Wrong answers only, right? And the picture was of the Emperor. And the question was, who is this? Wrong answers only. And I said, according to Disney Lucasfilm, I would be correct in saying that the wrong answer is the mastermind behind the Galactic Empire. Just kill my childhood one bit at a time. Thank you, Dark Shade. So a lady started the space Nazis? Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. That's the new truth. Just so you know. Now, unfortunately, the tweet that I responded to, the New York Times has since deleted, which is interesting. But they were quoting the judge in regards to the Harvard admissions case. And from my memory, he said something to the effect, and again, they deleted the tweets, I don't have the quote in front of me, but it was something to the effect of, the admissions process requires racial considerations. And my question was, I'll have to read up on why this ruling doesn't then preclude Harvard or any other educational institution with similar policies from forfeiting any and all federal funding under Title VI of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And for those of you that don't know, Title VI says, in simple terms, if you accept federal funding in any way, shape, or form, you may not discriminate in any way, shape, or form on the basis of race. So, and that's always been one of the things about, affirmative action and everything else. But with this ruling, it's like, well, colleges have to consider race. Okay. Thank you, Manic. A big shiny heart or sparkly heart? I don't know. Is that like a cholesterol over my heart or something? Anyway, thank you, Manic. That's very generous of you. And other than that, I think that's it. Oh, except for that Paramount Pictures apparently considers The Incredible Hulk a horror movie. They were doing a little promo about all these scary movies they're getting ready to put out or show for Halloween season, and one of them was The Incredible Hulk. And I was like, why? There's literally nothing of a horror element to The Incredible. I mean, unless you're a very queasy person who can't handle giant green things crashing cars against each other, I suppose.
I'm a little confused about the Palpatine thing.
I am mightily confused by it, because of all the things that you would think don't need to be messed with in any way, shape, or form, it's Palpatine is the bad guy.
Well,
yeah.
The reasoning doesn't make any sense, because the framing here seems like they're trying to say, there's no way he could have ran this thing, this horrible thing that failed. Because what I'm reading here, it says, there's no denying that his empire's greatest weakness was having him as a leader, cruel, vindictive, hateful, detested across the galaxy. It's a miracle Palpatine took as long as he did to lose all the power. But the narrative that they're building is she was calling all the shots. So she was cruel, vindictive, hateful, detested across the galaxy, and she lost the galaxy because she was the real one pulling the strings.
You see, one of the things that they kind of expanded on in the books, especially the Timothy Zahn novels, Heir to the Empire trilogy, there was an implication that part of how Palpatine was able to pull all the strings is that his connection to the dark side allowed him to sort of like subtly manipulate and bring to heel masses of people at once. And and people started like swaying their actions and their attitudes his way without ever being told anything. And that was one of the things that sort of like implicated like how he was able to keep this entire thing together and know things and stuff. Is that he was so powerful on the dark side. He had that kind of ability. This makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And it was completely unnecessary. It's like one of those things like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would you do this? What is the purpose to it? What does this add to the story or help explain or anything?
Here's one of the comments from somebody who sounds like they may know what they're talking about. They say, this is completely misleading and trying to cause controversy. This is the head of the imperial propaganda. She kept the empire going all these years because the propaganda she pushed out made them seem good rather than evil. Whoever wrote this article didn't do any research.
Well, if this is wrong, I will take it all back. The implications are pretty stupid to me. If this lady was effectively Palpatine's, was it Goebbels? Was Goebbels Hitler's propaganda guy? I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if this lady was just his Goebbels, okay, but to insinuate that somehow the emperor himself was not capable of manipulating people or running his empire or being the bad guy, I don't get it. And there were plenty of other already well-established, better characters they could have used from the old continuity rather than coming up with this lady. But whatever. Thank you, Michael Caruza. All I'm hearing is women can't lead. No. This is saying that the woman did lead, that the woman was the real power behind the throne, even though Palpatine, last I knew, didn't have any children or anything. Well, I guess there was Triclops.
Women can't lead, especially not white women.
Yeah, we don't talk about Triclops. Anyway, that's all my fuckatry. So Satsu, what do you got?
God damn it. Well, the first thing I want to point out ain't exactly fuckatry. It's just a funny post that I saw on Twitter. This was in my little Final Fantasy group. Somebody said, if you get married, make sure your spouse is a different class than you. For instance, if you do a lot of magic damage, then consider marrying a tank or somebody with a lot of HP and armor. This will make sure your bond is stronger and more viable in the current meta. And they said, P.S. Also, if you meet a healer, please do yourself a favor and complete all of their side quests so you can marry them as soon as possible. They're extremely rare. And I'm just like, that's hilarious and adorable. As far as fuckatry goes, I was looking at the New York Times, their headline for the girl who got attacked, and then the headline for the correction.
Oh yeah,
and there's a very important difference in the two headlines. The first one, September 27, 2019, black vagina.
Whoa, Freudian slip much?
Virginia girl says white classmates cut her dreadlocks on the playground. And it says the police said they were investigating a report by 12-year-old Amari Allen that there were 3 white students who forcibly cut portions of her hair.
Right.
The correction says Virginia girl recants story of boys cutting off her dreadlocks. And that's it. Because all of a sudden, the fact that she was black and they were white is suddenly not important anymore. Completely irrelevant now.
Whoa! The world's ending on Monkey side of the world.
What the fuck, Monkey?
Storm in here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was great. Well, unless you caused it, Monkey. Wait, did you cause it? Because that'd be really cool.
Wasn't me.
Oh, shucks. Okay, unless you caused it, you don't have anything to apologize for.
And somebody put a post on it here that says, is it true, or did you read it in the New York Times?
Nice.
Ha, 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 ha.
Also, fucking Tariq Nasheed is back again, being a dumbass as usual. He says, so this little girl's attorney has now said that the girl recanted her story about being attacked by white children in an Emmanuel Christian school. Sounds like the family got a huge payoff to recant the story and save the reputation of the school.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So the family are grifters, then, is what you're saying, yeah. Tariq. Oh, okay. All right.
They're not useful black people that can push his narrative, so now they're just thugs who just wanted money.
I see how it is. Okay.
Coming from the black activist, guys. This is a black activist. And he was saying, like, the connection is the school is linked to Trump and his the vice president because I guess his wife teaches there or something like that, right? Vice president.
Yeah, I think his wife is a teacher there, or was, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like that's why they wanted to cover it up, because they, it was going to negatively affect Trump. I'm like, so wait a minute. Some white kids randomly cutting some black chick's hair in a school was going to affect Trump in some way. I just, like, how deep is his dick in your mouth? Like, I don't understand. You just can't get it out of there ever, no matter how far gone a situation is, how disconnected it is from it. It always comes back to Trump, no matter what. And even black people in here are like, or she just lied.
Yeah, imagine that.
And he's just like, no, that's not possible. He is 100% convinced that they were paid off, and they got the money, and that's why they recanted their story. And he's like, it's not the first time this has happened, which I'm not going to deny that could be a possible thing that has happened at some point somewhere. Mm-hmm. But come on, dude. Anyway, fucking stupid people being stupid. What's new? And there was one more thing I think I saw earlier. Oh, here we go. This chick, Goodbye JoJo or some shit like that. She says, you cannot be racist towards white people. White people have never faced oppression for being white. White is not a culture. White is a privilege. Recognize that. If you are white, please try harder to acknowledge your privilege and let POC voice their problems with white people. And my response to that was, I wish you pathetic, self-hating white people talked with your wallets instead of virtue signaling on Twitter for virtual head pats because you hate people who look like you.
Was this a white person?
Her cartoon avatar is white, so I guess I have to assume that.
Cartoon avatars are always accurate.
Yeah. Did you drop that Streamlabs link?
I should have, but of course it's a waste of time. And the next statement was, if you're a white person who is about to reply to this, think about what you're going to say before you say it and check your fucking privilege.
Hey. What if I don't wanna?
My privilege, I'll use it how I want to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanguine. It is deep enough they need to sit on the toilet when he has to pee. Wow. Wow. Damn, dude.
That is hilarious. And then our last statement was, you will never face discrimination for being white. Apparently, she's been in a coma for the past couple years. You will never be passed up for a job for being white. I reiterate, apparently, she's been in a coma for the past couple years. Mm-hmm. No one will ever racially profile you for being white.
You just did so by saying that.
A cop will never kill you for being white.
I mean, that one's probably, like, not for being white.
I could absolutely see a black cop killing a white dude because he's white.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There was some black cops in my neighborhood who despised white people.
Oh, okay.
Like, with a fucking passion. Like, I can't verbally say some of the shit that I heard, but they were itching to kill him, a white boy. It was just, we lived in the hood, so there was a shortage of them actually committing crime. So they had to settle with beating the shit out of people that looked like them instead, which was also fun for them to do. Because they generally hated everybody, but they really hated white people. But anyway, that's my fucketry.
All right. SDA, do you have any fucketry?
I don't think so. I've been off the internet for about 3 months.
Oh. Well, you're missing all the fun.
Yes, sounds like it.
All right, then. Monkey, do you have any fucketry?
I have a little bit. And I mean that I'm not being facetious there.
Okay, that's a big word for you.
I'm aware. Let's see. I think the only thing that really happened was that. Yeah, that was after our show yesterday. The Trump themed football banner in Kentucky. There was a football team down there. I forget the name of the football team, but they were playing the Patriots is the team they were playing against.
Okay.
They made up a sign that said, "Make America Great Again, Trump those Patriots." It's the one that the football players run through to start the game.
Oh, yeah.
And a bunch of people were upset by this because school's supposed to be a safe place. That's actually quoted in the article.
School supposed to be a safe place, and there's signs here.
There's signs here. Don't forget, by the way, guys, these high schoolers who did this, they're horrible people. But Greta is the smartest person ever walked the planet.
She's Jesus now.
She's Jesus Greta.
Literally Jesus.
She's Greta Jesus. Anyhow, and then the other one, I mentioned it yesterday, I believe, while we were on air, the little abortion joke I made it at Alyssa Milano's expense because she's like convinced we're going to lose abortion as the constitutional right.
Mm-hmm.
I just made the joke that white women are going to have to be responsible. And somebody today, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who did it. Saw it, and then about 2 seconds later, I ended up retweeted by Sofane. And then every asshole on the internet who wants to knock up bitches without having to do anything about it came after me. And it's been fun to just sit back and watch. Now they're going to get mad that I said that. Monkey, that's not the only people who support abortion. Yes, and believe it or not, I do know not all abortions are just about convenience. They're called jokes, and I realize the left doesn't understand them at all. But some of you fuckers on the right seem to be missing that point too. So, all of y'all, I want you to do me a favor. Collectively, reach right up your ass and grab hold of that stick and pull it on out, would you?
Well, operating collectively is a big thing on the left these days.
So yeah, that's all it was. I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, I've ranted quite a bit about this on the Monkey in the Morning after party. If you'd like to see my rant on that, go ahead and watch it over on the show. It's the first half hour of my second show today. I ranted pretty good. Had some good zingers in there, and let you guys know how I really feel. Honestly, and tell me how you really feel. There's no doubt. I have no problem with being retweeted and stuff. That's fine. I don't mind people coming at. They're gonna get me, y'all. Sit your punk asses down. All right. I'll make you cry with just my words and get me kicked off Twitter. So yeah, I've just been sitting back reading some of the comments, and every now and then I'll throw in a jab just to keep it going, which is probably not the nicest thing to do. But I get bored easily, so you can't bring me morons and expect me not to play with them a little bit. That's all I got, Scribe.
Oh, it's a Squeedus.
Squeedus incoming.
Well, since I have OBS up, if you put your... Oh, there you go. Now SDA can see Squeedus.
Hi. Sorry.
There we go.
She's so cute.
Aw, little Squeedus.
Hi, SDA.
Sorry, audience, you can't see because of the whole OBS thing, but there is a lovely, lovely Squeedus being held right up against the camera, looking very confused and all floppy-headed all over the place.
Why are you bobbleheading, little crazy?
She's adorable.
Aww, little Squeedus. Well, you guys want to do a Mad Lib to close out the bottom of the hour?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right. Well, chat, here's what I need from you. Please put into individual chat messages. I appreciate if you tag it with the type of word requested so I can find them easier. What I need from you are an adjective, an adverb, and a food plural. So an adjective, an adverb, and a food plural. So we'll start out with SDA. I need a famous female.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Okay. Monkey, I need a famous female.
Ava Braun.
Ava Braun. If you guys don't know what's going on and why SDA is partially squeeing, it's because a squeetus has a baseball cap flopping over her head completely right now.
It's adorable. Sorry.
Satsu, I also need a famous female.
How about Cher?
Oh, there you go. Brie Larson, Ava Braun, and Cher walk into a bar. Okay. SDA, I need an adjective.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Monkey, I need an adjective.
Whorish.
Okay. Satsu, I need clothing, plural.
G-strings.
Okay. SDA, I need jewelry, singular.
Necklace.
Necklace. Okay. Monkey, I need an adjective.
Soft.
Soft. Satsu, I need a famous male.
Famous male?
Yes.
What's the kid's name that plays Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I don't know. Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
We know what he meant.
I think his name's like Paul or something, or John. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Then SDA, I need an adjective again.
Carbonated.
Carbonated. All right. Monkey, I need a game. Any kind of game.
Yeah, spin the bottle.
Spin the bottle. Okay.
This is gonna get interesting.
I know. This is I picked one with a whole bunch of words, so hopefully it'll be interesting. Satsu, I need an adjective.
How about broken?
Broken. Okay. SDA, I need a clothing, singular.
Fishnets.
Okay, fishnets. Monkey, I need an adjective.
Cheap.
Satsu, I need a clothing, singular.
An eye patch.
Eye patch. And finally, SDA, I need an adjective.
Sticky.
Sticky. All right, now we go on to the chat. So, adjective. Mr. Moo says long. All right, long.
You see her face, SD?
Oh my gosh.
She's so cute.
Aw. Adverb. Who gives me an adverb?
Yeah,
Chicago,
so good.
Chicago Mike says often. Often? All right, often. And lastly, a food plural. Who's got me a food plural? Where did all that stuff go? Chat jump, guys. 1 second. Sorry. Let's see. Delahaye says pretzels. Sounds good to me. Pretzels. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. This one is called A Modern Cinderella.
Oh, God.
My name is Cindy, and I live in a big house with my stepmother, Brie Larson, and my 2 stepsisters, Ava Braun and Cher. The old tale about stepfamilies being fuzzy is just silly. Brie Larson, Ava Braun, and Cher are absolutely awesome. In fact, Ava Braun, Cher, and I went to a dance last weekend. It was whorish. At the dance, I wore my G-strings and my necklace. Ava Braun, Cher, and I met this really soft guy named Napoleon Dynamite. He was carbonated because he was the president of the Spin the Bottle Club, and he wore a broken fishnet. I had a cheap time talking with him. I had a cheap time, but I forgot my eye patch at the dance. Luckily, Napoleon Dynamite brought it back to our house. First, Ava Braun tried it on, and it didn't match her sticky style. It looked really long. Then Cher tried it on, and it was obviously not hers either. But then I tried it on, and it fit me often. I thanked Napoleon Dynamite and invited him to stay for a snack of pretzels. We have a lot in common. Who would have thought that a lost eye patch would lead to a new friend?
That sounds like a legitimate story of things that actually happened.
Yeah. Sounds like
that worked out way too well, I feel like.
I know. You guys didn't use gross enough words and things.
Yeah.
We should horish.
Yeah, that's true. You did use horish. That's fine. But there weren't any like dildos or
well, we didn't get a lot of
Scribe
nouns, I feel like.
Yeah, we did. There was a severe lack of nouns in there.
That's true. Oh, you're squeamish. You're so cute.
She is so cute.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, with that, we're at the bottom of the hour, and now it's time for your time. If you have questions, comments, concerns, complaints, conspiracy theories, if you have compliments for the sneezy little squeetus.
Bless you. Oh my God.
See that cute little sneeze?
I know. I wish I could show you guys. It's just not the way things are set up right now, but if you check out...
Tell Weibo if she wants to see, she'll have to come in the stream.
Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'm drinking wine. I sleep in 30. Okay, well, I will send you the link, Weibo, and you can come in and...
see the squeetus.
Yeah, let me find that real quick. Copy the link. And then send it to the Weibo. I have a Weibo here. Weibo. All right. Let's see. Shiogorath, what's the difference between a meteorite, a meteorite and a meteor? Meteoroid, a meteorite, and a meteor. Well, one is in space, one has landed on Earth, like you find it in the ground, and one is actually falling. So I think a meteoroid is one that's still in space, a meteorite is one that's falling, and a meteor is the one that's already on the ground, or is that vice versa? Something like that.
I don't know. No, I've heard it before in my lifetime, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
Oh, Google it.
Ebony Williams, is working the night shift a mistake? Depends on where you're working. If it's the cemetery, then no. Orpheus Talos, Scribe, how long has Lords of the Night been a psyop? The entire time. Or is it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Squeetus wiggles around. Let's see. Adabisi, is there an example of an era such as the SJW thing that's been going on that eventually died out? Well, hippies, I guess, were kind of a social era that kind of went by the wayside for the most part. Disco, grunge. I don't know. You guys have any ideas?
No, hippies are the closest I could think of, and they never really died out. They just took on different dirty forms.
Of what? What's going on?
The question is there an example of an era such as the SJW thing that's been going on that eventually died out?
How long do you have?
Yeah.
Because I could go on for hours. I mean, pretty much every social movement you can think of in history, like whenever anything changed and there was any kind of social progression, like the American Revolution, for example, I don't know, like any of it, abolitionism of slavery, whatever the fuck, like any sort of progressivism you want to talk about, all of that is like an SJW movement. All of it.
Weibo is squeeing over there over Squeetus.
Yeah, we can't hear her though.
I know we can't hear her, but that's fine. That's cool. It's probably better that way. Yeah, I know, right? And she can't respond either. She just have to sit there and take it. That's right. Just take it. Thank you, Lion Patriot. Was Jinx's food allergy ever resolved?
Well, now the vet is thinking that it is not food and that it's environmental. So he's on shots and Benadryl, and it's helping.
Okay. Thank you, Three-Sided Coin. Scribe, as you know, I listen to both sides. Yesterday you asked, what law has Trump broken? According to the people over at Mueller, she wrote, a podcast dedicated to Trump and Russiagate, it is 52 U.S. Code 30121. Okay, I will have to look that up because I have absolutely no idea what that is, but thank you for that. Hello, Squeetus.
Say hi, Squeetus.
52 USC 30121. Voting and elections, contributions and donations by foreign nationals. Yeah, I think that's what Monkey's theory was. It was like a donation in kind or something, or like foreign.
No, not mine. This is actually that came from when the IG was looking into this. They went over there and that's one of the things they looked at was this an in-kind donation, and they said no, not. There's no money involved.
So this is effectively a campaign donation by a foreign national, is what they're calling this. A person to solicit, accept, or receive a contribution or donation described in subparagraph A or B. What is all that? Is that Squeetus messing around?
I think that's Weeboo.
That's Weebs trying to figure out how a mic works.
You can hear me?
Yes.
You can now.
Oh, thank God. I don't know why it wasn't working.
Okay.
White women told you.
It's a new computer, okay? So I haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. Like, with the intent that I do that.
The baby's saying hi to you. Weebo, look, the baby.
I also lost my headphone. Nice job, Weebo.
Okay, Weebo can't hear. Oh, Weebo, you missed out. The baby was saying hi to you.
Oh, wait, say hi again. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
The baby, say hi again. Do it.
Say hi,
say
baby.
hi.
Hello, Weebo.
Hi. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Aww.
Made my day. Made my crappy day so much better.
Weebo's ovaries are popping.
Damn straight.
Frosted Glass. Monkey, does common sense white woman reform include a mandatory woman buyback? If not, can it? Yes, says Squeetus.
Squeetus said yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
but you don't want to buy a white woman, man. Have you seen the trouble they cause?
I think they're talking about selling them back.
Well, who we gonna sell them to?
The government.
The government.
We'll sell them to the government and melt them down.
Oh,
melt them down.
Jesus.
Recycle them. Make some new women's.
I like who I am the way I am.
I love who you are the way you are, but you are a white woman, so you're gonna fuck up eventually.
Actually, the schlong determines that I'm not.
All right, real quick. Three-sided coin. Thank you. A contribution or donation of money or other thing of value. It's the thing of value. Opposition research is valuable in this case, according to them. Opposition research. And that's the thing, though. Was it, though?
No. I understand what you're saying, three-sided coin, but this is what was determined by the AG, is that there was no tangible thing of value. You can't put a dollar amount on asking for a inquiry into what Biden did.
Yeah, because Biden admitted he did something. Trump asking about it again. It might have been inappropriate, but oh God, it's such a gray area on the whole thing. Because if Biden was not running for president, would we even be talking about this?
Not at all.
Anyway,
that's why we're not talking about the CrowdStrike part of this.
That's true. Dirty Nerd says, Satsu, since Squeetus is here now, shouldn't you technically start calling her Squinfant?
Squinfant.
Oh.
I don't know why y'all can't say Concretia.
Because her name ain't Concretia.
I have a question.
You told me before she was ever even conceived that her name would be Concretia, and I know you're not a liar.
Okay, what is it, Weebo?
I have a baby question.
Yes, Weebo.
Does she doesn't use a pacifier, does she?
She does when she wants it.
She doesn't want it right now?
No.
Thank you, three-sided coin. I'm just saying it's not me, it's them. No, I know.
No,
I
get
it.
you.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. It's you're not making that declaration. It's just that if they've determined it doesn't count as a donation, then okay, what's the next option for? And again, like I say, the House can determine anything counts as a high crime and misdemeanor. It doesn't have to fall under an actual law broken. It could be an action or a censure type thing. But I just think it's going to be a far easier path for them if they can articulate something that everyone can understand in law, like perjury or something. But yeah, shaking her fist like, yeah.
They did come out and say that they are going to be pushing for obstruction.
Oh, they are going to use from the Mueller's thing.
No, from this.
What did they obstruct?
Well, you did just have who was it? Pompeo, whatever. I forget exactly where he's at, but saying that they're not going to comply unless more information is given to them about why this is being done, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that wasn't what they initiated impeachment for. He hadn't quote unquote obstructed until like today.
That don't matter.
I'm confused. Anyway, Lamented Guide, thank you. How is cereal like soup? Okay, you know what? No. Just no. I appreciate the question. I appreciate the donation. Monkey, give your very brief definition and we will move on.
It's breakfast soup. There you go.
Breakfast soup.
It's stuff in a liquid you eat, and there you go.
No.
I know, SDA, I know. But
technically,
who are you going to agree with, me or the white woman?
Couldn't it also be considered a smoothie?
Squeedus got hiccups.
Oh, no. RJ Bands with Scribe Light. What do you do if you see a crazy feminist like Zoe Quinn? Critique her and see how she lasts. No, that's the thing. I don't critique her because then I suddenly lose my job or kill myself. That's not going there.
Those are not your only two options.
Yeah, well, I know.
There's an alternate third. You become a part of a nudist colony and live in relative obscurity.
You start supporting white women reform.
Yeah.
Example after example after example. See, I mean.
Oh, hush you! You gave Squeedus hiccups. I don't want to hear it.
Frosted Glass, cake or death? Cake. Well, it depends on what kind of cake, because there's bad cakes out there. The death might be a favorable option.
Damn, who's been cooking for you?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the bachelor. I don't have no 50s housewife to make me dinner. Let's see, Mr. Moo. How much milk do you add, Monkey, to make cereal soup?
That's a preference kind of thing.
It's enough is the answer. Devil Fruit Zero. Scribelight. Why does the left/Democrats lie about no one being above the law when there are so many examples of their contempt for the law to showcase their lie? Contempt for the law by politicians knows no aisle. I'll just say that. I mean, we just had the Collins guy in New York plead guilty to insider trading. So, yeah, it's all relative to the moment and who's been caught.
No, he didn't plead guilty.
Huh?
I thought he just stepped down. He hadn't pled guilty.
No, he pled guilty today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Slovenly Gulf City American. Milk is not a base. Soup requires a base. Monkey is objectively wrong. And who are you going to believe? A crippled monkey or a sous chef of 24 years? Oh!
Wow, because I know potato soups that are made with, what's the base they use? Oh, yeah,
chicken
milk.
Broth.
Suck it.
Chicken broth, actually.
Suck
or actually chicken broth and heavy
Excuse me, white lady, we're not talking to you.
Have you ever made potato soup, Monkey?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
with an Irish recipe from the homeland, woman.
From the homeland?
From the homeland.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
You're about as Irish as my left.
Then how do you know it came direct from the homeland?
Because I believe my mom.
Yeah, you know what?
You're not going to call my dead mom a liar, are you?
Hang on.
You're not going to call my dead mom a liar, are you?
No.
I might be.
You know what?
All right. Did she ever step foot in Ireland?
I don't know. I wasn't there her whole life.
You know what Monkey? You know what Monkey puts in his potato soup to make it completely Irish?
There are two.
Blight.
What's that? I put white women in there.
You put
I'm
white
tired
in
of
there.
them.
Let's see. Oh, Sinatra says, looks like everyone but me gets to come on tonight, bigots. But, okay, if I have somebody else on here, none of us are going to be able to talk because we're talking over each other. This is like the absolute max I ever let onto a stream. 5 people.
I feel so special. Thank you for including me in this, Scribe.
Well, you whined before Sinatra, that's all.
Also, Sinatra seemed the sweetest.
Also, you're whining right now, aren't you, Weibo?
I always whine.
Yeah, she's drinking wine, guys, because I'm funny.
It's actually a red Moscato.
Ooh, Moscato.
Yes.
Faithless says, that was potato cereal, Ranting Monkey.
Yeah. I don't think I'd eat potato cereal.
Let's see. Star Saver, Lords of the Night. I think the Democrats have a worse success rate against Trump than Dr. Claw does against Inspector Gadget.
Well, so far.
Thank you, Cody Fry. I have to apologize. SDA has just proven... oh, no!
Monkey, see what you did.
Okay. Sorry. Start over. Cody Fry. I have to apologize. SDA has just proven... through her point that cereal is not soup, that she is an invaluable asset to the stream. We need her.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Sassy.
Yes.
Okay, before I forget, have you played Three Houses yet?
Three Houses.
Fire Emblem.
Oh no.
For the Swatch.
Yeah, I didn't end up getting it for the Swatch.
It's so good.
I hear it is.
Addie and I over the weekend when we were on vacation, we were like doing stuff during the day. We went out at night, and then we pretty much like did a speed run of the game because the story is so good that we were like, we have to finish it. So that's what we did all weekend. Was like vacation beach Fire Emblem. Like that's what we did. It was really good. You should get it. It's a fun game.
Sounds like a good time.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
All right. SDA game recommendations. Let's see if I missed any questions or anything. Sinatra says, I don't want to come on anyway, Scribe Light. Well, it's a good thing I didn't send you the link then. Let's see. What else we got? Ebony Williams says, the discourse has upset the little one. Or it might be because she's a tiny little baby who's cranky.
Might have pooped her pants.
Who knows? RJ Bands with Scribe Light. Are you Inspector Gadget? If so, do you have a gadget mobile shaped like a Lincoln Continental? I am, in fact, not Inspector Gadget, and I don't drive a car, so I don't think I can be either of those things. Shivarath, how much pineapple would you have to consume before the enzymes dissolved your tongue?
Exactly 12 cans of canned pineapple.
Bitch, what the hell?
You've tested this?
No, that's just the amount of pineapple that I was sent in the mail from a fan one time.
A fan sent you...
making shit up.
Wait. A fan sent you 12 cans of pineapple?
Yeah.
For what?
Were they... Okay.
It's in a video. I swear to God, if you go back in my backlog, it's there.
I believe you. I'm just...
I'm not going to waste my time. I just want to...
I don't know why.
So it's not an inside joke or anything?
No.
Okay, just here's pineapple.
I assume it's for El Boyfriendo.
Oh, does he like pineapple?
No.
I
there
see.
You go.
He likes pizza. Okay. Slovenly Gulf City American. Milk is not a base. Soup requires...
I get it.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. Well, SDA is a little slow on the uptake. That's fine.
But
okay.
Look, I'm sick, okay?
No.
It's making me tired.
Hey, I got questions to read. You're not the important one right now. Chad is. Okay? Okay.
Hey, no,
whoa. Slovenly Gulf City American wants
Scribe.
to... What?
I'm important.
Yes, you are, dear.
You're imported? Okay, that sounds like a personal problem. Slovenly took away his message. SDA is imported. Okay. Mata Winter. Oh, Lords, what is your thoughts on whiskey soda? I don't know that I've had it. So
I want some.
You're talking about just like whiskey with soda in it? Is that all it is? I don't know.
Whiskey with Alka-Seltzer.
Okay. No, I don't think I've ever had that.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Check Your Logic says, why isn't Jinx on there to be Toto? Well, because there wasn't a Toto in the shot for me to Photoshop. And besides, I don't think I have a headshot of Jinx, so I wouldn't have been able to do that. Okay, so Slovenly Gulf City, America. Milk is not a base. Potato soup does not use milk as a base. Milk is one ingredient in a roux. Again, I ask, who are you going to believe? A monkey that can't climb stairs or a sous chef?
Sous chef. Doesn't that mean you're not the main one? Maybe you should ask your boss.
Well, they're the second chef. It goes head chef, sous chef.
I know what a sous chef is.
Line cook.
That was the joke.
Prep cook, dishwasher.
Yeah,
right boy.
Weebo knows her way around a kitchen.
Yeah, I do.
The memes of destruction. Scribe Light, do y'all like turtles? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja types? Or just in general? Because just in general, no. I don't hate them, but I don't like find myself wanting to have one for a pet or anything. How about you guys? You guys like turtles?
Yes.
Actually, yeah, we had a turtle for a while. Turtle named Blue's Clues.
Tortugas? I had a turtle.
You have a turtle named Blue's Clues?
We had a turtle. We had to let him go. He was getting way too big.
Wait. You let a turtle go into the wild?
Yes.
What?
Was it a turtle you bought from the store, or is it like one you found out in the backyard?
It was a wild turtle that returned to the wild.
Oh, okay. So then you kidnapped
Goddamn
a
white
turtle.
women, y'all hear that?
You
can't just do that.
Right.
Like, you can't just like release a potentially invasive species into
It's not
the
an
wild.
invasive species. It came from here.
Well,
Okay, but hang on.
Fine.
All right,
problem.
all right.
Monkey, you kidnapped a turtle.
Okay, all right.
I didn't do it.
Moving on. Daniel Fullman. Oh, Lords, are Weebs and SDA still going on a road trip?
No.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Are you?
Am I one of them?
I don't know. I'm asking the white women.
They don't know either. They're white women.
Are you guys still doing your cross-country thing next summer?
I mean, I'm still down.
Oh, that sounds enthusiastic.
But I don't want to go by myself. That's the thing.
Well, I'll take care of you over here all by yourself.
Scribe, can you have said that any more creepily?
Yeah, I could have.
Oh my god.
Give me a second.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
Okay, let's see. Cannibal Caretaker, did the turtle end up like the bat? Did you break its spine, monkey?
No, Blue is fine. Blue is fine.
Okay. Snubberth says, SDA likes fire emblems. Someone take a thermostat to hell. I refuse to believe she's a weeb.
Huh?
What?
Me?
He says that hell must have frozen over because he's not going to believe that SDA has turned into a weeb.
Oh, I heard weeb.
Oh, because it has like anime stuff?
Yeah.
Does Fire Emblem actually count as anime?
I mean, it's Japanesey.
Japanesey?
Japanese.
I don't know. Like it's has
not
an
just
anime
easy,
art
it's
style.
Japanesey. What's that?
Oh my god.
Well, it does, but I mean, a lot of video games from that era didn't mean they were actually weeby. It was just the art style.
Yes. Let's see. Mata Winter. Oh, Lords, have you had turtle bisque? No, I have not. I don't think I've ever eaten turtle anything, so.
No,
You would kill a for soup? Wait, how do you even get the flavoring out of the turtle? Like, because there's a shell there in the way.
You take the shell off.
Yeah.
But like, how do you use a can opener and just go to town?
Yeah,
literally right off of their bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You ever had a shellfish of any kind, Weebo?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, there you go.
But that's turtle, not a fish.
It's
not the same. I don't think I'd be able to crack a turtle shell with a lobster, like with a crab leg cracker thingy.
Okay.
It's not big enough.
Here's a blast from the past. Timothy Seelbeck, SDA. Did you ever take that course I paid for?
Yeah, I know I did, and I know we talked about it on stream. I don't know what the fuck stream it's on.
That was the Everyday Feminism course, I think.
Yeah, and I don't know whose fucking channel it's on or when it was. I couldn't tell you.
All right.
I know it happened, but I don't fucking remember when.
Atema the Hun says, the hierarchy of the kitchen was created by men. There is still no female Michelin star chef. Is that true? By now?
There's a reason for that.
Remember, kids, the kitchen is where they keep all the knives. So you watch out, monkey.
Look, if you want it done right, you don't send a white woman.
So Jack Gunsky's going to exploit the sick and infirm. Oh, he retracted his message. Oh, that was quick. Oh, no, now it's back again. Scribe Light, a sick fan wants to know if you'll shill... No.
His quippers, no?
You can, if you want. I'm not going to be taken advantage of like that.
Oh, I would never step on your toes and do something that you don't want to do.
You're right. I wouldn't let you.
Hang on now. Hold on. All right, now I'm just going to do it to spite you.
Yeah, okay.
She'll his Quippers United stream after the show, and his name is Jack Gunsky.
OK Aslan. Satsu, what has been your biggest screw-up in the kitchen so far?
That one time I tried to make banana bread.
What happened?
It basically was a banana-flavored eraser.
Oh, God.
Did you forget the baking powder?
I forgot the baking powder. Yes,
dumbass.
that's exactly what happened, and it was catastrophic.
Mr. Monopoly, Scribe Light, do you have a bike? No, actually I don't. That was easy.
That's a shame. How do you get from point A to point B then, Scribe?
I travel. I don't drive.
Okay, but like, how do you travel?
I'm a traveler.
By foot?
Well, if I'm not biking and I'm not driving, what's left?
Obviously, he's rollerblading.
Yes. Oh God, I got those little like spandex shorts on, and I'm just like whizzing down the road. Yeah. Joel McLaughlin, how many PSLs has SDA had this year? PSLs?
Oh, pumpkin spice. I actually haven't had any pumpkin spice lattes or frappuccinos this year.
Okay.
Well, that's
just a random note. They just released the footage for the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh,
it's awesome.
Somebody tell Blind Press. She'll be excited.
Yeah, Terminator T-800. They just released him. His fucking finishing move is fucking crazy.
Did they get Arnold to do the voice, you think? Probably not.
I can't really hear it all that well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orpheus Taylor, Scribe, do you own a vehicle for traveling? Yes, they are called 14-hole combat boots.
14-hole?
They have 14 holes, like on, that's how many little eyelets you have to lace up.
That's excessive.
They are tall combat boots.
Real quick, Check Your Logic donated to my Streamlabs and said, it's nice to see the 5 of you cross the streams for the last half hour. I love you guys. Also, cereal isn't soup. Cereal is too sweet to be soup.
Oh.
Who decided soup had to be savory?
Let's see. But yeah, no, I walk everywhere. If I have to get anywhere that's like, I'm lucky in that I live within walking distance, or at least walking distance for me, to just about everything I need. Anything outside of that, I take a cab. I mean, if it's that far away, or the bus if I'm not in a rush or something. Let's see, Mr. Monopoly. Weebo Jones, what are you learning in history class?
Currently, we're learning about the Neolithic era of the post-Neolithic era of humanity in Britain. But I wasn't at class today. I skipped because I was coming back from with the very tippy top of Wisconsin.
Oh,
and that was about 10 hours of my life that I spent in the rain, almost dying. It was bad.
What class are you in, Weebo?
Archaeology of Ancient Britain.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So basically, Irate Bear's sex life. Gotcha. Check Your Logic. Scribelight. A fan wants to know if you'll shill his Minions of the Zoo stream after this show, and his name is Minions of the Zoo. Yes, guys, if you look up Minions of the Zoo, you will find a channel called Minions of the Zoo, who hold a kind of after show for this show, or at least that's what it started out as. It's its own thing now. But go check that out afterwards. And if you really, really want to, I guess you can go look up Jack Gunsky's channel for Quiplash or whatever else is going on over there, because they do that too. But with that, guys, we're at the top of the hour, and thus the end of the show. I want to thank everybody, all of you guys, for showing up tonight as you always do. You guys are awesome in so many ways. Thank you, moderators, for keeping an eye on things. But as I was seeing tonight, a lot of you are just policing yourselves, which is very responsible of you, so I appreciate that. Everybody who donated, holy cow, you guys, very generous tonight. I don't know what to tell you other than it'll all go towards goldfish and Dr. Pepper and rot away my bones and my teeth and put my sodium count up too high. You're going to kill me is basically what I'm saying. I also want to extend special thanks to Some Dumb American and Weebo Jones in the latter half hour at least for showing up and completing our little collection of Lords of the Night alumni. I failed to put SDA's channel link in the description, but I will do so soon, as well as Weebo's, so everybody knows where to go to find their stuff if you want to look at their stuff. Let's see. I think that's all that. So anything else you guys want to mention or plug before we sign off?
Yes. So book club in the morning at 8 a.m. on my Teresa J. Martin channel, and then also I'm just tossing that link in there. Blackwoods, The Blades of Redwater will be out on October 26th, and you can pre-order it now.
Cool. Anything, Weebo?
Come hang out with me and Polly on Sunday this week. We do cocktail hour, and we hang out. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but hopefully he's going to be alive enough for it.
Hopefully he's going to be alive. Well, that's a low bar. But anyway, Monkey, Satsu, anything else?
Nothing comes to mind, no.
We're not streaming tonight, but Monkey, you're going to be up for tomorrow?
We'll see. I'm starting to feel better, so hopefully, yeah.
All right, we'll let you guys know.
All right then, guys. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. Monkey, Satsu, Weebo, SDA, thank you for joining me.
Yep.
Everybody else, your lives make us sad. Oh, sorry, I should mention, we'll be tomorrow night. We'll be on Monkey's channel at the regular time. That's the one thing I forgot. That was my bad. But other than that, bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Fuck off.
And per tradition, I'm going to take my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, the romance and sexual sorcery of sadomasochism. Turn to E-random page, and we have... Oh, that's oddly not fun, but okay. Today's secret word is...
Soup.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Sounds like a perfume. It's like... Remember the fragrance of anxiety.